A question, just a second.
Thank you, Doctor, for the presentation. I just have a question regarding you spoke about the UAE government is ranked number 22nd in the company spending in R&D. Is that government spending or companies within UAE spending?
No. It's the business means companies in UAE spending in R&D. 22 ranked worldwide. But we have government spending, but is included in the, I think, the second pillar about the government engagement in R&D.
Thank you, Doctor, for
You're welcome.
Your insight. Likely in 1994, I went to one of the highest pharmaceutical company in Kalamazoo, Michigan. They showed me a half-an-hour tour whereby all of it is R&D, all right, in pharmaceuticals. And then we went to the cafe, and he showed me one professor, and he said that this guy's been with us for 30 years. And guess what did he do for Upjohn? And he answered, nothing. We've been spending on this guy for about $1.5 million per year, and it reached up to $3 million, and he came up with nothing. And there's another master degree, which has been there for 3 years, and the light bulb, and he came up with a formula which gained millions and millions of dollars.
Yes.
So why I'm saying this is that giving students the tools and the resources does not guarantee that they will come up with innovation, especially that they have to be embedded inside your business so they would be able to articulate and understand deeply what you've been doing. But the collaboration between the universities, between the academic and the industry, it's a proven effective if it's been invested properly from the beginning. That means it's like the German way of doing that. All the graduates, before they commence their degrees, they put them down in the industry for about 3 years or 2.5 years before they grant their bachelor's or whatever the academic they're seeking to. So by this transaction, yes, I think they will come back to their academic and they would have all the profound knowledge and the articulations of the engineering sense and all of this, so they can invest it. But just giving the resources to educational institution and ask them to perform, they yet, while they don't know the architectures of the business, they don't know the design of the business, or the whatever they've been involved in, I don't think that it will create innovation.
I think here, if you look at from one side, you are right. But you have to look at it as mutual sense of movement. That here the business will give to the R&D, is to give to PhD holders, okay, in institutions to do the research, pure research. But vice versa, we have also researchers are integrated in industry, and they are integrated in the environment of the industry to understand. That's what I did personally. To do a PhD. I was not at the university. I understood the business. I was an engineer like others. But what I did, this is to improve certain aspects of the business. And here where it comes. I was not a full employee of this business, but I was an R&D employee, which means for a certain time, only to do a certain business. And here what I am pushing. When you build an R&D in your federal entity or in your local entity, don't put employees, sorry to that, employees, because you hire these employees to do a business process, a certain thing. And after you move him to R&D, to do what? Either you hire a new blood, specifically to this act, or to they are here for a certain job. If they finish properly, you could hire him as a full employee. Or you could tell him, thank you very much, and he will go back to the institution.
Yes. Thank you for the presentation. It was really fruitful. I'd like to share one idea throughout my experience. responsibility to have innovative environment everywhere. It is by the and the top management from the industry side. Both, they have to have this responsibility to deliver innovative solutions. And this is out of experience. Yeah, I was graduated in Germany, in Frankfurt, and there the professor, my professor, he was the connection to the industry. And the professor, he has relationships to the industry top management, because the professor cannot go down to the workers level. He has to have the connections. And I think here, maybe an idea can come where I can collect the professors and the top management in a conference or in a workshop or anything, and everybody is talking about the problems he's facing and how it can be solved. Then the student is executor. He has certain knowledge in certain areas. He can think about how to solve this problem, but under the observation of the professor. This is an idea I'd like to share.
Yeah, the professor is a mentor, is a tutor only. But what the student, sorry, I think we should give a value to what we talk about student. When we talk about student, as I said, I would like to mention it precisely. This is postgraduate students. The student who knows what does it mean research, okay? And he has the capability to understand the business faster than others. And this is exactly what we are looking for. Why? Because we have a lack on publication for the applied research and also for patents. This is, undergraduate cannot do the job. We are to focus for the postgraduate. Master, we have a lot of students are doing master, a lot of students. But when you talk to them, no one of the business or government are attracting this students to work as internship for a certain time to do the real job. Talk to the university that I have a gap here. Guys, do you have a good student? Okay? That's what we are. Here you are establishing local government, federal government, and the higher education. And of course, afterwards, here you are teaching the student how to be entrepreneur for the future.
Yes. Thank you for the presentation. Actually, the question is, you say that we're still putting the innovation to show up. I like this term when you say one of the things, like, we're still using the innovation as a show up. Yeah, that's true. Actually, and there's always a struggle. When you are starting something, you will start like to show up and to say that I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then you will put it somewhere under execution. What will impose us? Based on your experience, what will impose any country to start really execution, not only showing up? Like, is it only the economy stuff? Like, are they only looking to develop their economy? What will shift a country from only showing up or using a term as a show up and put it into actual execution? Because this is also in the organization. Some organization will start talking about innovation, strategy, shifting or whatever, but they will keep talking. When they will be imposed, based on your experience, to shift this show up into real execution?
Excellent question. I think here the government of UAE did something to limit the show up, specifically for federal government, and something called the government award, the excellence government award. This is not something, this is to show up the best institution. This is really to invest in auditing the performance of each federal institution. Of KPIs, a lot of KPIs. Here they are going through the micro scale to audit these people. Here you cannot show up. Here is the reality. We are talking about myth and reality. And here, this is the reality. And here, who is on the stage? This is the person who deserves to be on the stage. Which means he worked hard to come to a certain level. And I think here, applied only for government entities. It should be applied for business also, because they are part of the index. Here, the index is not for federal government, it's not for local government. It's for the local government, federal government, for business, local business, private business, international business. Everybody is investing in this country. He's responsible for this index.
Yeah, so I have to interrupt this so we can take further discussions during the break. Thank you, Dr. Ahmed, very much for your insights and for setting the stage. Please give a hand to Dr. Ahmed.